That's where we're going.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Papa G's House, episode 115. 2 in a week, you may say, but we had to. There's been a couple of requests to say that we need to cover some UFC content and some sport content. It has also been kind of awkward to integrate the sports segments into the episodes because we like to flow and all that kind of jazz. So this, you can consider the official UFC 270. Oh, geez, I don't even know which one it is. 272 preview. But if you're new to the show, my name's Gareth. I have my illustrious co-host, Autor Carlos Diego Pereira III, a.k.a. Art Pereira, a.k.a. Mr. Wonderful, a.k.a. Mr. Producer Man,
Mr.
a.k.a.
Wonderful.
the man. How are you?
All right, bro. Mr. Wonderful.
I don't know. I was flowing, bro. I was flowing.
I noticed.
I think you also need to make sure that you put in that shot you grooming yourself.
Who said you
at
could
that
speak?
moment.
I haven't introduced you
Well,
yet.
I'm speaking.
I often get these like rando nose hairs that just tickle out, and it's just a sign of age.
Got
There
that
is
as well,
a
bro.
general theme happening on Papa G's house when I introduce Art into frame. He's always doing something with his nose.
Dude, actually, to go with the nose thing.
Yeah.
I know we're talking sports, but
No, 100%. Let's flow.
when I play gigs, often my nose tickles because like the hairs, the vibration, and the noise
sure.
and stuff. So
It's that Portuguese nose hair, bro.
Often I'm playing and I'm like scratching my nose or I'm like just itching it, and then quite a few times people like came up to me and go like, "Hey, you wanna?" like thinking that I do this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, no, bro, it's just my nose hairs. Like, what just fucking tickles? I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, well, who knows? We don't,
Who knows?
Who knows what? knows.
All right, we might as well introduce you now, bro.
Oh, thanks.
As usual, someone that is regular on the show, our good friend Jared Ronenberg. He's also a avid UFC MMA fan. A lot of people say, "Oh, I love UFC. I love that sport." It's actually MMA. People need to realize that there's a lot of
UFC is
other...
a division.
Yeah. So let's call this a South African casual's guide to MMA in terms of what we're going to be doing. Because if anybody knows me, I'm a huge UFC combat sports. I mean, I posted on Instagram the other day that, of my dad winning 2 in a row national championships, like paper clippings and stuff. So I was kind of involved in the combat sports realm from an early age. And I rediscovered it in 2010, December. And I haven't looked back. It's been fantastic. You are very interested in it.
Yeah, but I'm definitely the newbie in this whole
Well,
thing,
we can call, we're all casuals. I mean, I'm no expert. I don't spend my time wrestling, grappling, jiu-jitsu, stand-up. That's why I say casual guides, a South African casual's guide to MMA. You the same. You're new to the sport, but you've taken it on like a fly on shit. You really do love it.
Love it.
So what we're going to be doing is
5 years though. So I mean,
yeah,
it's all new,
new in time.
Yeah, 100%.
But avid. So what we're going to do is we're going to preview UFC 272. I hope that's the right one.
I think it is.
And we're going to take it from there. And then what we're going to do also is we're going to preview it as well. I mean, yes. No, review it. Preview and review.
Yeah, we're going to watch the game or we're
gonna
going to
watch
watch
the card.
the event, the
Yes.
card, and then we're going to chat about it.
100%. And no better one to get involved in with this pay-per-view coming up this weekend. Happy Friday to everyone, because this is hopefully going to get up on Friday. Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington. This is a huge backstory. Do you know either of the fighters?
I'm trying to think back to...
I think you saw the Ben Askren knee.
Yeah, Ben
flying
Askren
knee.
sounds familiar because I remember there was when we were still doing the via Zoom episodes that I would watch a few, make notes and stuff. But yeah, just to refresh my memory.
Well, this is going to be great because this is it's almost like, we're going to be talking about it. We can and kind of filling your brain with all this information, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah, please do.
And you know Jorge and you know Colby as well.
It's already empty
Both
anyways.
trash talking kings. And They've been at it for years. The narrative in this fight specifically is amazing because they were roommates. They were on the same team, and then somehow along the line, someone got pissed off. And apparently, then the story is that Jorge Masvidal recommended a coach to Colby. Colby utilized the services of this coach, and $12,500 or something was the fee, which apparently Colby did not pay. Still to this day, apparently. And now they've begun this destruction, like complete no filter. Colby going after his children, going after his, talking about how bad he is as a dad, and hanging out with his ex-wife and all that kind of jazz. But
like
having
boxing.
that backstory of being friends that he has this access to, and they're both from Florida, Miami.
Florida, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Florida men.
But you need to understand that Jorge has been around as a backyard fighter for years. He was part of... Did you ever see the viral sensation Kimbo Slice? He was just the big, burly black dude just knocking oaks out in backyards.
Yes,
that was Kimbo Slice, and he became famous. He went and he fought in the UFC, then he fought in Bellator, and then he fought,
Wow.
And then unfortunately, he passed away from a heart attack at 42 years old.
Oh, shit, I'm 43.
Well, I mean, I think he was jacked and some shit.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what? But I think he always had a heart problem to some extent. So the back history is so massive with these two dudes. They are former friends, now rivals. This is the first pay-per-view event that I can remember as well that is a non-title fight main event. For you, the main event, it's 5 rounds instead of 3.
Yep.
But usually pay-per-view main events are for the gold.
Yes, but now
these guys
is the main attraction.
Exactly.
Because of the...
Exactly.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
gonna be
so...
interesting. And what category do they fall under?
Welterweight. Where actually Jorge Masvidal is an ex-lightweight. So he's gone up to welterweight. And he had some success, etc., etc. And he says that's when the relationship soured, when... that's what Colby said. When the relationship soured, that's when Jorge, because Jorge was jealous of his success, etc., etc. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, it was monetary on Jorge's side. It's an absolute mess, but a media gold mine.
Sounds like a soap opera.
That's exactly what it is.
But now, for me, I mean, I know that their rivalry and all that kind of stuff is real, but I've also got a feeling that there's so much hype built up to this that they actually there's a lot of putting on of just extra. I know that their rivalry is real, but I think that there's a lot more of fakeness happening just to make this fight even bigger than what it actually is.
So you reckon they're just blowing it up so that they get the numbers up and also more bets and things like that?
Knowing those two, it's more than likely way bigger put on show than actually what's actually really happening. Because those two love the fame.
No, but I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think that. I think this is organic. This is true. This is real beef. Remember, they were at the same team. Colby left the team, and he's now fighting out at MMA Masters. So like the whole team the coaches got involved. Ariel Helwani has interviewed 1 million of those coaches to say the environment was terrible. Guys like Dustin Poirier, guys like girls like Joanna Jędrzejczyk. They just said the environment was absolutely toxic.
Intense,
So now that Colby's gone, apparently everything's calmed down and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is the same guy that went to Brazil and told Brazilians they're filthy animals and their country sucks.
Don't like that dude.
I'm kind of a fan because I like people who just don't care. I know, and deep down you can see there are videos out there of him being super humble with fans. And it is...
Could just be the camera
But that's going back to your point. I think that it is somewhat put on.
Yeah.
There is a gimmick.
Yeah.
There is a cooler, calmer, collected side to him. But he does put it out
I mean, I think
Out
what
in the ether
will
that
really
he's a bad
tell
boy.
is after the fight, whoever wins, if they go, oh, no, well, fight, then I'll go, okay, there's something. If they just walk away from each other and no one says congratulations, then I'll go, okay, that beef was real. Because straight away, like, then if you really have that much beef and you fight and then you lose, you're not going to go up to the person and, oh, well done. Which is good sportsmanship, but if it's real, I don't think it will happen.
Yeah, but the game is different. Like if you take, for instance, and another thing that you need to know is both Colby and Jorge
Masvidal.
have both recently lost to Kamaru Usman, the champion.
Yeah, okay. No
Colby
him.
twice.
Yeah.
First time got his jaw broken. Second time he lost to by decision, but it gave a better account of himself. Then there was Jorge, who also fought him twice. Once went to a decision, and the general consensus is he was given 6 days notice, and he had to fly to Abu Dhabi, cut weight, because these guys all have to like shred weight.
He did choose
to
it
make
though.
weight.
So
Yeah, but it was also it was kind of his fault at the same time, because he was negotiating right throughout to say, if you want to pay me,
yeah,
and I will come and
No,
fight
yeah,
this
totally.
champion
Yeah.
on 6 days' notice. And then the second time was quite funny. The first fight went to decision. The second fight, Jorge got absolutely laid out,
Annihilated, yeah.
unconscious in the second,
think it was
second or
second
third round. I can't remember. So they've both fought the champion twice. So this is why this thing is so huge, and they hate each other. I mean, they're even talking about security detail in the night.
what
to
are
keep
their
them apart.
rankings at the moment?
It's kind of hilarious, right?
It is fucking hilarious.
Do
What's
you
that
have their
saying?
rankings?
Yeah, I've got the rankings. What do you want to know?
I just want to know who's ranked higher. think-
Colby, I think.
Oh, really? I was going to
Yeah, let's
say
have a look.
Masvidal's definitely been more active recently than Colby has.
No, not necessarily. Colby's fought more recently. Colby recently
But
fought
not as
Kamaru.
much, though. Masvidal's been fighting more
Well,
throughout the year.
The only last 4 fights Kamaru Usman has had is against
Those
them two
two.
twice
Oh, yeah.
each. So
Oh,
we've
yeah.
got Jorge at 6 and Colby at 1. So it's
Oh,
6
really?
versus 1.
Oh,
now.
cheapers.
Yeah.
I don't know it was that. Oh, okay.
Now, Colby's a massive favorite in this bout because of his
Not with
wrestling
me.
and all that kind of jazz. I know everybody wants Jorge to win because everybody wants Colby to be laid out. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
But what? Okay, are we going to? I would love to know what you. If I'm jumping the gun, then we can speak about it later. But who do you want to win, and who do you think is going to win?
Are we going there already? Okay.
Oh, sorry,
fine.
like, that's what I'm saying. We can
that's
wait
cool.
for
That's
later.
cool. No, 100%.
Well,
I still,
I can't contribute to this yet. I'm still. But actually, no. I'll pick just out of sheer guessing.
yes,
later.
but this is what can make this fun.
Yeah.
In the sense that's why I was hoping you would join because it'll be lots of banter.
Yeah.
Then you can ask Lang questions. So okay, if you're gonna ask me, is my heart wants Jorge to win?
Okay.
Just on the basis that I've been following him for longer. Colby came along, and it's fair. The story about Colby Covington is that he went to Brazil to fight Damian Maia, and that's when he called Brazil filthy animals and that the country sucks and they're dirty and whatnot. He was told just before that fight that regardless of whether he wins or loses, he's going to be cut
Okay.
because he's boring.
Yeah.
He's just a wrestler,
Yeah.
and he takes people down and he grounds and pounds them, and there's nothing entertaining about it, his style. So he decided to put on this persona about everybody sucks and I'm just going to be as shocking as possible. Like in some of his fights, he's like ripped disabled people and been a real douchebag. I mean, the new Colby Covington is Sean Strickland, but we'll get to him at another stage. And it got him hype. So
Yeah.
they kept him signed to the UFC, climbed his way up to a title fight, lost. But all the shit talk, it's like the Conor McGregor
Yeah.
effect, got him to stay in the UFC.
Yeah.
And he's a great fighter as well. And I believe deep down inside there is a good guy there. But my heart wants Masvidal to win. But I think my MMA very casual brain says Colby is going to win by sheer pressure, volume, pressing up against the cage, getting him tired,
And
putting him down, and staying out of striking danger.
Yeah.
That's how I see it going. It's going to be. That's why I posted a thing on the story. I put a little poll.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
first
yeah.
time I did that, where I was like, "Is this going to live up to the hype?" Because what it might do, it might end up with Colby just pressing against the cage, takedown.
Or Masvidal does
Holding
something
him
like
down.
just runs up and does one knee in 2 seconds,
Yeah,
which
I
I,
mean,
don't
I'm
think that's
hoping-
going to happen, but he's done it before, and
I'm hoping it's going to be entertaining.
Well,
at least.
I'm going for Jorge Masupalami, whatever his name is.
Masupalami. Yeah, I'm going for Jorge. I'm supporting him, but I think it's a 50-50. You never know.
Yeah.
Because these guys hate each other so much, they might just
Yeah,
meet in the middle.
You might as well
And-
just pick one.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm picking Jorge. Jorge's
Okay, so
So all three of us, basically.
yeah, so for me, I can't stand both of those fighters.
You don't
Personally,
like
I don't
Jorge
like. But
He's
if
too Gucci for you.
no, it's just
Because he's also big, like, all the Versace.
yeah,
and-
it's even what I saw.
Jorge is like that.
No,
Thank
No, he is.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit. Okay,
but I
then
saw
pick
Covington's in the embedded episode 1. In
I haven't
his,
seen it.
In the training, wearing gold necklaces with. I was
Yeah.
just like, seriously, dude, like.
Yeah, it's a new. He's adding to his drip.
Yeah, but so
You're
for
being
me,
a tool and I'll fight you any day. No,
Oh
no.
my God.
for me, I go like I don't
might
like
die.
both of them, but I prefer Masvidal way more than I do Covington, because even though he is hectic, he's got the persona, but he still has fun. Like you can see, he enjoys what he's doing, and he's funny. He's got like a personality, and when he needs to talk smack, he will. Where Covington just comes across, as you say, like just straight out.
Well, remember,
just
make
douche.
America great again. The
Yeah,
whole red
I
cap.
can't- no.
He's a huge Trump supporter. I mean, he's besides Henry Cejudo, he's the king of cringe.
Yeah,
other than
cheapers.
Henry Cejudo. I mean, but he's making a lot of money.
No, of
I mean,
course,
there's
yeah.
only, you can only rock that much ice if you have cash. You know what
They
I'm saying?
have fought each other before, hey?
No,
Haven't they? This
but
is their
they've
first
wrestled
fight.
each other on videos. They've practiced.
I thought they
they've
had fought
sparred
before.
each other.
Okay.
It's in, dude.
I want to see what these tools look like.
The amount of that's Jorge.
Yeah.
That's Colby.
Street Jesus.
Street Jesus.
Oh,
Masvidal, Street Judas.
Street Judas.
And what's it? Marty Fake Newsman. What are some other ones? Dustin Saurier. He's given a lot of people some random nicknames.
But also the great thing with Masvidal is that he created the 3-piece and soda, huh?
absolutely.
So
I
it's
mean, you
like-
don't beat that. eh?
Yeah, that
Leon
also
Edwards,
just makes me
shame.
laugh. So there I go. You know,
Leon Edwards was the absolute victim in that situation. Eh? You know how much money that guy made from just hitting
Okay.
him three
Yeah.
times.
I'm
three-piece and soda.
definitely supporting Masvidal because Covington in this picture looks like a complete
see your picture.
utter tool.
well,
That's
the
like
picture,
a
Yeah,
poster. He
it's like the
looks like-
American flag
yeah,
tattoo.
the picture speaks 1,000 words, bro.
Yeah, he just looks like one of those groom. I mean, Masvidal is grooming himself
Listen,
as well.
don't
but this dude, he
underestimate
looks
the
like he's
skill
got
on
the
that dude.
Yeah,
though.
no, he
I'm
is.
not. They could be the best fighters in the entire world.
He's
but,
only lost to the champion.
Yeah.
I mean, he went on an absolute tear. I mean, let's look at this quickly. And I don't by any means think like I absolutely love this guy. But I respect his work.
Yeah, he's a good
You
fighter.
know,
At the moment, I don't really care as long as the fights are good and solid and entertaining, and no one
on
dies.
paper, this fight should be electric. On
Yeah,
paper,
yeah.
But you never know. There's always going to be that. And remember, he was also a collegiate wrestler and won gold medals left, right, and center. And he was an All-American.
Didn't he also fight in the Olympics as well?
No,
wrestle. Sorry, not fight. Wrestle.
No. He
Oh,
was
didn't
NCAA.
Oh, okay.
His first win, he was 6-0, then 7-0. Then he fought Mike Powell, 8-0. Then he lost his only fight, 2015,
Cheapers.
in December. Then Jonathan Munier, Max Griffin, Brian Barberino, who's a dog.
Yeah.
Dong Hyun Kim, who's also a dog. Damian Maya, who's a jiu-jitsu absolute specialist. That's when he ripped the You Suck Brazil vibe. Then he fought another Brazilian. So they gave him another Brazilian to like try and
Rub
make up
it in
for
his
the other one.
face.
And then he beat that Oak, Rafeal Dos Anjos.
Yeah,
There we go.
Dos Anjos, yeah, that's it,
Another
yes.
great nickname he gave is he calls him Rafeal Dos Nachos. And then he
Such a
absolutely mauled Robbie Lawler. Didn't finish him there. Then he lost to the champion Kamaru Usman. Then he beat Tyron Woodley, who was the previous champion before Usman.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Woodley, then Usman beat Woodley, then Covington beat Woodley. But yeah, it's a weird part of his career because he actually tapped due to injury. He popped a rib or some shit like that.
Oh.
And then
Which is still a
his
win.
last loss was to Kamaru Usman. So he lost one early on in his 7th fight, and then he hasn't lost since then, but only twice to the current reigning pound for pound number 1 in the world. But pound for pound. So Kamaru's up there. So you got Covington. I mean,
No.
Masvidal.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you got so we're all rooting for Masvidal.
Yeah.
This doesn't make this pick show very, very entertaining. But I suppose let's just go with what
Okay,
we think.
what do you want to put on it? Because I'll change.
No.
Change my
I'm
dude.
changing.
change
Covington's going to
because-
win. I want Masvidal to win, but Covington's
So
going
you
to win.
Covington, we both Masvidal.
Yeah.
But that's funny because I remember speaking to you, a couple of weeks ago, and you were like, no, you think that Covington's going to win.
On paper, he should
Yeah.
win.
Okay. So if we lose and you win, what's going to happen?
Challenge, some sort of challenge on the next show. If you're keen to join the review show, it'll be fun
Yeah.
as well. I don't know. Think of something.
Down a shot of cod liver oil.
No.
Ah!
No.
You can
Definitely
ask Rick
nothing
to
like
get
that.
you another chip.
No, what
Yeah,
we could
I'm down for that.
No, what we could do is could bring back an old meme of like take a spoon of cinnamon.
Oh, that's
Okay.
funny.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I was thinking you would have like make me down a beer or something, but that'd be good.
That's child's play, bro.
But now the problem is, if he loses, then
I need to eat a
if
can of
we lose,
surströmming.
then we have to do that as well.
Yeah, but I don't really want to do the cinnamon spoon thing because that's like old and it'll just show us up as like,
Old fucks.
yeah, old fucks.
So let's
We'll work
think-
something out.
Yeah, let's think about something.
Or people can say in the comments as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's also scary.
Jeez, yeah. Hit us up in the comments what you want us to do.
Because
Because somebody's got to lose here, and it's got to be one of us. Right. So the main event being sorted, I think that's we spent a lot of time on that. Then the co-main event was not is it,
Oh,
was,
really?
it was going to be Rafeal versus Rafeal. Rafeal Fiziev versus Rafeal dos Anjos. Dos
happened?
Nachos. And unfortunately, Fiziev's tested positive for COVID
Oh, no
on
way.
Monday.
I was going to say, when did this happen? Oh.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a matchup yet, but the rumblings are that maybe Islam Makhachev is going to
dear.
step up to 170, and the fight happened at 170. But just to give you a little bit of context, he won last weekend in one round versus
Yeah.
Bobby.
So he's
Finesse.
going to come straight back and do another.
He's in the area, the whole bang shoots.
Isn't that going to be right? Then that makes him the underdog. Really,
It kind of doesn't really make sense because he's got 10 wins in a row and he's eligible for a title shot.
Yeah, but surely they don't fight so soon after another.
Yeah, but
Sometimes they do.
He
Sometimes
didn't get
they do.
injured, so
Yeah,
it's
there was
like,
no
let's just
damage.
do
He
it.
took the guy down.
Quick.
TKO'd him
Okay,
in
then
half
that's
a round.
fine. Okay, that's fine.
So he took absolutely no damage and he's fresh. And the only thing that is the concern is weight cutting two weeks in a row.
Yeah.
That's why he's suggesting the fight is at 170. But I don't think the UFC is going to buy into it because they have history as well. They were supposed to fight twice before. And somehow injury, Dos Anjos has recently gone into surgery. Him and Hooker were talking shit. Speaking of which, Dan Hooker's got a fight coming up against Arnold Allen, and it's a rough introduction to back to the featherweight division because Arnold Allen is an absolute G. Yeah, and he's one of the big prospects. He's on a seven fight win streak in the UFC. But back to Dos Anjos and Makhachev, I don't know if they're going to do that. Makhachev did say on Twitter, "I'm in, put me in," but I don't know. Khabib's his coach, but I don't know if Khabib
Will allow it.
will allow it, and I don't know if the UFC says, what if you lose the fight, then all your momentum's gone. But then they're saying 170. 155 is my division. If I lose that fight, which he doesn't believe he will. He reckons he'll ragdoll him in
I don't
around
think he'll
again.
lose either.
I also don't think so. And I suppose it makes it even more impressive, right?
Yeah, and also
If he
he's
does
just getting more money after a week of just resting. So
And
I mean,
Dos Anjos is pretty old. He's my age. He's like 37, 38.
yo, caco.
And at that age, I mean, listen, Glover Teixeira is a fucking anomaly. He's 42 and is the light heavyweight champion right now. But he's older in his career. So it's a good matchup for Makhachev. Plus they have the clout. And also if RDA beats Fiziev in this fight, then he's also eligible kind of up there in the conversation for a bigger fight. So it makes sense for all parties. I just don't know if it's going to be sanctioned. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll know by Wednesday, Thursday.
So that's the main event. It's an absolute clusterfuck. But then one of my very anticipated fights for this card is Edson Barboza versus Bryce Mitchell. Thug Nasty. Thug Nasty coming out straight out of Arkansas.
I don't think I've seen anything of either of those guys.
So Bryce became kind of famous. He's undefeated. He's 14 or 15-0. But he gained notoriety for being this like DIY dude. And he's from Arkansas. He lives in a trailer still. He hunts and eats squirrels.
He hunts and eats squirrels.
Yeah.
Okay, he's my guy.
If
He
you
once
watch-
rear naked choked a deer to death and ate it.
If you watch Embedded episode 1, it's him on his farm speaking about like the cow just gave birth and he's picking up eggs and he sounds like the biggest hillbilly.
Yeah, he's
Picking up
amazing.
eggs. Oh.
And he was recently on Ariel Helwani's MMA Hour and went on this whole anti-vax like rant. Then he sat in front of an American flag, but he had 2 automatic rifles on either side of him.
Okay, this guy sounds like a laugh.
He's amazing. But he is an incredible fighter, mostly on the ground.
You
He
said
just
15
smothers
and
you.
0. Mine says 14 and 1.
He hasn't lost to anybody.
Here it says 14 and 1.
No. Who's his loss?
I don't know. I'll check now.
No, he's still undefeated, dude. And he's the only fighter in the UFC to, after every win, scream at Dana White and saying, Dana, he's screaming at Reebok saying, I want my camel shorts. Like, because they only had like specific designs.
It was
And
camos.
and they gave him, he went so viral for it, they actually made him camo official Reebok UFC shorts.
He sounds like the type of dude that would have a poster of the Netflix show like Tiger King in his lounge.
Yeah. But I mean, he's a madman. But the thing that he went viral with DIY thing, he was on a ladder fixing stuff, and he took a drill and he put it in his pocket. And when he put it in his pocket, obviously it caught the trigger and it tore up his scrotum. And he had to go and get like his balls put together.
That just makes me.
Now you're an instant fan.
No, yes, I love him. He's the greatest person I've ever heard in my life. But that just makes me think of an experience. I mean, like, just quick segue. I was working at a console glass factory where they were adding in the hot end because like they're a glass factory. They were putting in, I don't know what, but it was like 2.5 stories up on an I-beam. They were like, there was a dude there with the angle grinder and he's like prepping the metal to like expand whatever. They blow the lunch whistle. He clips the angle grinder to his belt. He didn't have a harness. It pulled him off. He fell all the way down and he died on the way to the hospital.
What?
Yeah. And I was like 20 meters away from the guy and I just heard it. Doof, and then, whoa, there's people like running and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Cheapers.
What, he's flung up in the air?
No, he was like 2.5 stories up.
Yeah.
The angle grinder weight on his belt pulled him off and he fell straight down.
Cheapers.
Whoa, dude, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Jesus, how long ago was this?
1997.
Oof, that's insane, dude. I mean, that's traumatic shit to watch, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't the only death that happened while I was there.
Cheaper.
What?
Yeah, I nearly died as well. I was like walking to the cafe and then an I-beam that was being carried by a crane just goes straight past my head.
What?
Yeah, hard hats, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and an I-beam fell off a tower that they're building on top of a dude.
I'm glad you made it out alive. Is this company still going?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, that just made me think of that
Yeah.
with the thing in his scrot. Yeah.
Okay, so apparently he lost to Brad Katona in Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, exhibition
Yeah,
fight. Exhibition fight.
So
Yeah.
that's his one loss.
So then he's
But it
14
wasn't
and
a
0.
pro fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's still on his record on UFC though. It's 14
and Brad
and 1.
Katona's nowhere. I don't know where. I don't see him on any
Yeah.
cards or anything like that. So he's fighting Edson Barboza, who probably has one of the most spectacular knockouts in UFC history against Terry Edom.
Oh yes.
The spinning wheel kick. The guy was stiff before he hit the canvas.
I heard people talking about him in some videos, a spinning wheel kick with that. Yeah.
Spinning
It's the
heel
one where he
kick.
grabbed his leg and he jumped up.
No. That's Impika Sanganai and
Oh, yes. Yes.
Joaquin Buckley.
Yes.
That was recently. That's when he grabbed his foot and spun. But this is he was standing fighting and then he just spun. And
Yeah, I saw that. He totally knocked
Yeah.
the guy
And
out.
But the guy, Terry Etten, went stiff and just literally went
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
stiff. So and this guy also dismantled Dan Hooker.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Dismantled
yes,
him. Remember,
yes,
hit him
yeah.
to the body. Just hit
Done.
him so much, kicked him, punched him to the body that he eventually just curled up into like a prawn and just
The
gave
fetal
up.
position.
He had to give up. His body was. I can't imagine. He probably pissed blood for a week.
I'm sure.
It was incredible. And he
Most
was
of these
just
guys do.
ripping the body, kicking the body, ripping the ribs. Oh,
I think these
it was
guys
hard,
constantly piss blood.
Yeah, I
to be
know.
honest
I'm
with
sure
you.
all of them are.
dude. And Big Mouth is back.
Oh,
Who's
Kevin
Big Mouth?
Holland.
Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you actually
I
liked
saw-
him the way he chirped the whole time.
Yes.
And all that. He's on the card as well, fighting Alex Cowboy Oliveira, not Cowboy
Yeah.
Cerrone.
The other cowboy.
Kevin Holland's actually had a little bit of difficulty in the last couple of fights. He was fighting at middleweight. He's now dropped to welterweight. To welterweight?
Welterweight.
He's now dropped to welterweight.
melted
He's
down
got an
to welter.
OnlyFans and has been releasing all his content there. Absolutely great. He's going down to welterweight. He's fighting Alex Cowboy Oliveira, who's also had a bit of a difficult time. I
Yeah.
can't remember who Alex fought last. I think he fought Mike Perry a while ago, but I think his
I don't
last
think
fight.
that was the last one.
Yeah, he fought more recently and lost. Didn't he? He fought Michelle Pereira, maybe even.
I'll look it up now
Perry,
and try and
Pereira.
see. Nico Price.
Nico Price, that's it.
Yes, of course, Nico Price.
I love it. Dude, Nico Price is a G as well.
Yeah.
I love that dude. The most positive guy in history. Like, you would expect him to be part of the Jackass crew. He's
Yeah.
like that funny. Dude,
I like
you'll
him
love
already.
him. You'll
I
love
like him already.
He's such a nice dude. And he's like, yeah, dude. And
quite a
see him
cool
with all
fight,
his, like cut up to shreds. The one fight was stopped because his eye was like ridiculous. And he was like, man, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. And like, just such a great dude. And he always talks about his 5 kids. And
Just enjoys doing
yeah.
what he's doing.
smokes a bunch of weed.
That must be a mindset that I can never get my head around because you're in such a competitive space
Yeah.
that it's difficult for me to take it like, personally instead of it's like, no, we're just fighting. It's a points thing. And at the end, we're mates. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
No. Yeah. You'll get used to it because it happens all the time.
All the time.
The one thing, it was happy birthday, Michael Bisping. It was Michael Bisping's birthday today, and they posted
Cyclops.
old Cyclops. Dude, and his documentary is dropping this month. I can't wait
Yes,
to watch it.
I
It's on
saw
I
it.
HBO,
cannot
hey?
wait. And we must do a full review of that. I really want to review it.
Coming through HBO?
I don't know where it's. We'll get hold of it.
We'll get all of it somehow.
Yeah. We've got some paid service we can
Yeah.
get it from.
They might show. I don't know if they're going to show on Prime Video. Maybe.
Maybe. Well, let's see. So that is it was his birthday today, and and that trailer I can't wait to watch it. I don't know where we're going with the whole birthday thing, but Michael Bisping's birthday. No, it was. What was it, man? What were we just
King of the
talking-
Segways.
Yeah, King of the Segways. That we're gonna try and get a compilation of my wild segways going from one way.
I try
to
and keep
another.
up every day, but
Yeah, exactly right.
Holland, happy face.
I can't remember.
Competitiveness.
We lost it. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on. Kevin Holland. Let's hear. I know you're gonna do wild card guesses.
Wild card, bitches! Yay!
That's
Okay.
That needs to be a segment. A little what do you call it? A sound bite. Dos Anjos versus. Oh no, we can't do that because we don't know who's fighting.
Yeah.
Barboza versus Bryce Mitchell. Who you got?
I'm going for Barboza because I love that name.
Okay.
I think
It's a good
I'm
pick.
also going to go for
Okay,
Barboza.
I'm going Bryce Mitchell submission by Twister.
Oh, really?
You're
'Cause
going
he's got-
for specifics now.
Yeah, by
Okay.
Twister. Because somehow I reckon he could pull it off. He's going to submit him one way or another, I reckon.
I reckon Barboza is going to win by disqualification by having a punch directly to his nuts.
that's possible.
Very possible.
Okay, that's a good prediction.
Thanks.
What's the odds on that? Like
It must be
minus
like-
a plus 14,000.
Yeah.
Okay,
Holland.
so and then Kevin Holland, Alex Oliveira. I've got Kevin Holland.
Yeah, Holland.
Yeah, I would go for Holland as well.
Yeah, old big mouth. That's unanimous for sure. And then Sergey Spivak, who's a old,
Polish?
yeah, I think he is Polish.
Yeah.
Old stalwart of the heavyweight division, opening up the main card against Greg Hardy, everybody's favorite woman beater.
Okay, then I'm going for the other guy.
Sergey.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
everybody's going. So everybody. That's why Greg Hardy's put on cards, so everybody could see him get fucked up. Tai Tuivasa did
no
it.
one likes him, yeah.
Who was the other dude that did it? It was
so many people.
No, it wasn't Serkinov. Spivak. Who was the other? Who dismantled him easily? Marcin Tybura.
Oh, yes.
Even though that he's a absolute prick and scum of the earth, what are realistically his chances of winning?
He's got one punch power. He's an old NFL. He's like 6'6". He's 265 pounds. He's massive.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
huge.
So like anything, he cracks someone once with a perfect shot, they're out.
But
So
I think
if
he
he-
is outclassed, though.
No, what I'm hoping is, and please don't judge me, whoever's listening to this podcast right now, is Greg Hardy loses and he loses his UFC contract. I want him out. He's an asshole. I don't like him because his attitude sucks.
Yeah.
His post interviews suck. He's so full of himself because he's an ex-NFL baller. He played for the Patriots. And if you know Kevin, you know the Patriots.
Yeah, I know that he was actually in the NFL as well.
Yeah.
Well,
What
he's only been-
position?
He lost his job in the NFL for beating his chick.
Yeah, but what was he in on the field?
Geez, no.
Linebacker? Was he? He definitely wasn't
You
a
can check
quarterback.
it. I don't know.
No. But he's also only been fighting in UFC for, like, what, 5 years or something? It's
Yeah,
like short.
I mean his record is 7-4, so he's won 7 and lost 4.
4.
So he's new to the game, but he's an asshole. I don't dig him. And you know what? There's not many other people that I'll speak about like that. I do not watch. He doesn't wash with me. Just that attitude, all that kind of stuff. That's the main card. What do you think?
As in, who's going to win? Oh, we've already
Yeah.
said who's going to win.
Because I can't wait for the review show because I'm just going to be grilling you on what you saw. I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. It's
cool.
almost like and I'm looking forward to you being like, oh yeah, remember the last time you did that, you made notes. You're like, guy in red, spinny vibes. You know, I'm really looking forward to that. And I think that would actually be rather entertaining, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go so layman. It's not even funny.
So
Because I am a layman.
His position in
In the sport, yeah.
NFL was... Oh, I just had it now, and I lost it.
Defensive end. or
Defensive
something.
end.
Yeah.
So he
boy.
was the guy that would stop everyone. Yeah, that makes a lot of
No,
sense.
he's a big boy.
Okay, before we get to the prelims, the notable prelims, because we're not going to go through everyone. We will only talk about notable stuff, that happens. But the first thing I want to chat about quickly is, I was listening to that Logan Paul interview earlier on when you got here. You know what this dude's doing? You know he's partnered up with, and you know what they're bringing to America? They're bringing the slap
Oh, my gosh.
championship. You know when they...
Oh, the Russian slap.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. Now it's coming to America. It's Logan Paul. Guess who else? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Mike Tyson.
Hey, that wasn't a bad guess, actually. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Right?
That
the governor.
sounds like
What on earth are they doing?
what?
Look.
Okay, so Logan Paul, the
Arnie.
the Pusnai is going to be having a slapping contest against
No.
the fantastic
Terminator.
Arnie.
No.
Oh,
They are
okay.
partnered
Oh,
now
so they are
to
bringing
host.
it.
They're hosting it.
So
Yeah,
Logan Dickhole is partnering up
He's
with
not, I don't think he's that much of a dickhole, to be honest. He's a good businessman.
Who gives a fuck?
Do you
There's
know
loads
why-
of good businessmen, but that doesn't mean they're good people.
Why
Yeah.
were they here?
I don't know.
One of them, I don't know if both brothers were here.
Yeah, they were
or-
here. Yeah.
I don't
Logan
know.
was here.
Do you know why?
Have no idea.
He probably
Don't really care,
Yeah.
but
He probably just came just for like a vacation. And
Well-
whatnot.
most beautiful city in the world may have something to do with it. What do you think?
Maybe.
I think we have lost that title though. But
No, we haven't. But with who? Against who? Rio.
I remember hearing on the radio the other day they were saying, I think we're number 11 now or something.
What?
Yeah. No, Hermanus is number 11. It's not even Western Cape. It's Hermanus
Hermanus
now.
isn't
Isn't
even a
that's a
city.
town, dude.
Yeah, but they're saying
It
in
has
the
anus
world.
in its name.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, listen. That was my second home for many years. And I had
That
a
makes
house,
a lot of
and,
sense.
and my family has a house there. We should go. Actually,
I've been
Sure
hearing
thing.
this so much for the past 5 years.
before it gets cold, let's go. All right,
Done.
some notable prelims. Let's go to the early prelims quickly, see if we can pick up anything. Oh, first thing I see. Amazing.
Amazing.
So we've got Dustin Jacoby versus Michal Ulek. I'm going Dustin Jacoby because that's the only guy I know. We got Devontae Smith versus Ludovit Klein. Ludovit Klein came in with a lot of hype. So and so did Devontae Smith actually. So look out for both of those dudes. One thing
going
that
for
you
Klein.
did say. That
Are you
did
talking
say-
about early prelims now, though?
early prelims?
Oh, sorry.
The
I
one
thought you
thing
were
that you
talking about
said, you came to me and you're like, Jessica Ayers on the prelims?
Yeah, it's weird.
Dude, she got knocked out cold
Yeah.
with a head kick by Valentina, and she's never really. She won her last one, but it was she lost. She beat Joanne Calderwood, I think it was.
But to be pushed all the way down to early prelims on a fight like this is quite a slap in the face. But, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I would. There's other fights on this prelim card I would bump up.
Above.
We haven't even got to the prelims.
Yeah.
This is the early prelims.
Yeah.
Remember, they stack these cards.
Yeah.
So Jessica I versus Manon Furiot is a fun one. Jessica I, she's a bit long in the tooth. She's never really evolved her game
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. She always comes out and puts the same kind of performance on. She's hot. I like that. but
She's hot. I
yeah,
like that.
And but Manon Furiot, I actually had the pleasure of watching live. I
when it
watched
was
her at
here.
EFC. Yeah, I watched her win the EFC championship,
Oh, cool.
and now she's fighting Jessica I.
Where's she from? USA.
No, I can't. I think. Oh no, she's from France. She's French.
Ah, shit.
and just double check that. I think she is French, but this chick's on a tear. She's 8-1. She was the former EFC champion, so I reckon she's gonna get the job done. Jessica I is 15-10. So I reckon Manon is she, and she's Jessica I's a name. You even said Jessica I in the prelims.
Yeah.
This is her big kind of break. If she wins this, she's gonna get fast tracked to fight, bigger, more challenging.
And the reverse is if she loses this, it's not looking good.
But I'm talking about Manon and not.
Oh, yeah.
Furiat. I'm not talking about Jessica. Jessica, she loses this, she's in trouble.
Yeah.
And then
I'm rooting for Jessica.
I'm rooting for Manon because she I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Let's go Furiot.
I mean, besides who she is, I'm just not a fan of Jessica, though.
No,
Wait,
neither
which
have I.
one is the
She's-
French one?
Furiot.
Okay, yeah, Jessica then.
Yeah, so I'm going the other way. And then we've got flyweight. We've got Tim Elliott versus Tagir Ulanbekov, who's 14-1. He's a monster. Tim Elliott's an old stalwart. He's fought for the title. He's 18-12-1.
I only know
I'm
Elliott.
rooting for Tim Elliott, but I think Tagir has got it. Then a big one. The headline of the prelims is Brian Boom Kelleher, who is just such a second best rapper in the UFC, second to Thug Nasty.
That doesn't really say much.
Who's
though,
on
eh?
dude? Thug Nasty's a dope rapper, dude. I love this shit, and he flows.
Cool.
I'll
Cool
play
story,
you some
bro.
Thug Nasty.
You
He's
don't
so
have
good.
to. It's fine.
Oh no, that's so rude.
Yeah.
Against Umar Nurmagomedov. And,
Yeah.
you know, you've got the name Nurmagomedov. It's going to be a tough fight
Yeah.
for you for sure. And then prelims. Oh my word, absolutely stacked. Maria Agapova versus Marina Muros. I've got Muros is there.
See, most of these people I don't actually know.
Yeah, Kennedy and Nzechiku. I don't know the other guy, so I'm not going to actually do that. Yan Shannan versus Marina Rodriguez. That's the number one contender fight.
Yeah, see that one.
That's
That's I think
the
the
next-
only fight I know.
The next girl, the one who wins this fight is going to fight Rose for the title. That's
luck.
how it stands, I think.
Wow.
And then major headliner for the prelim card is Jalen Turner, the tarantula. He takes like,
Oh yes.
he brings like spiders to the weigh-in and shit.
I've only seen him do it once though.
He's done it once, yeah.
Yeah.
But that will forever stick
Yeah,
with me.
yeah.
Against Jamie Malaki, who's awesome out of the Australia.
I just want to see one person that just goes up with like dirty robes and just beats the living balls out of people without having to do all this freaking, like showboating shit, like bringing a spider.
Hey
and
man, it's
tapping
part of
people's
the
tongue.
game. Unfortunately, it's part of the game.
showboating sport.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
Well, that's it. That's the 272 preview. That is a
gonna be good.
stacked card. I mean, there's literally 3 fighters on the card I don't know out of 18 fights or 15 fights or something like that. So it's a good showing from the UFC, especially on the basis that it's a non-title
Yeah.
fight main event.
Were there any Ukrainian and Russian people involved in this card at all that were taken off? Do we know anything about that?
The only Russian fighter, as far as I'm concerned,
Would have been
Does-
Magomedov.
but it
he's not
doesn't
Russian,
fall.
yeah.
He falls under Dagestan.
Yeah.
So, but Dagestan is a part of Russia, I suppose. But I suppose they don't hold the same political values.
Yeah.
So I don't think any. I don't think. I think all Russian fighters are going to be not Russian, specifically Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've got the same thing happening now with Nikita Mazepin in F1. But I don't think many of the Russian guys are going to be able to get out of the country or get into another.
So there
Yeah.
wasn't any change to the card because of all that stuff, eh?
No,
that is
given
pretty-
the fact that it's Dagestani guys, I have no idea.
Okay.
There's a little bit of blurred lines
Yeah.
there because does Dagestan form part of Russia? Yes. Does it?
I don't know.
I don't
know.
but
Let's
I've always
check
thought
it
that
out.
it didn't. I thought it was similar,
Dude.
but it's a different.
That is fucked up what's happening in the Ukraine right now. I saw
Yeah,
some
that's
very,
why.
very
That's,
fucking
that's why I said I
disturbing
might
videos
not
today.
keep this section in there because I don't want to really go.
Hey man,
that
but
route.
people need to be aware of this shit, and it's for dumbass reasons, and it's just I'm not a political dude, but I know that that's not necessary.
None of it is.
It's not. What happened to just sitting down in a room and going, "Hey man, your country is your country, my country is my country. Let's get along." It's fucked. I can't believe in 2022 the world is in the state it is right now. But we save that for another podcast. It's wild. But
Republic
it
of
needs to be
Russia.
talked about. We can't just avoid it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, Dagestan is the part of the Republic of Russia.
Yeah,
And
which
he's-
is
and he's still fighting.
and he's still fighting, yeah.
in this card.
But they may, because remember, all the Dagestani fighters, the Nurmagomedovs and stuff, they fight out of San Jose, from AKA, San Jose, California.
I wonder if
So-
there's going to be any protests against him being on.
Listen, let's watch out. Let's see how it goes. There's been no chatter about it.
Yeah. I
But-
mean, there's also a lot of Russians that are against this as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
I know for sure, but people are people and they will do stupid shit.
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make,
Of
make
course.
a point. I mean, even with Nikita Mazepin, I mean,
Now that's what we call a good segue.
yeah.
Not like my fucking 90-degree 360 fucking vibes.
90-degree 360 Jeepers.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
but
trying to have fun here, bro.
I mean, like, Mazepin obviously is in the team because of the money of his dad.
The Ural Kali
Yeah.
sponsorship.
Yeah, and there's obviously word, but even Haas say they're still gonna support him because it's not the Russian people, it's the Russian government that's causing.
I
this
heard
shit,
a little different. I read a little different. Apparently, Mazepin's cool, but apparently his father's a different animal.
Hey, they will probably stop having Ural Kali as
They
the
have
sponsor.
already in testing.
Yeah, they took the branding
Yeah.
off in protest, but I don't know if they're going to remain as a sponsor.
Well,
So if
impossible
that's-
in these times to
'cause
keep it.
If they get, I say they should get rid of it, and it leaves them now to.
Even if they
find
don't have
another
the branding
sponsor.
and are still being paid, it's kind of like a moral issue.
I don't think the Ural Kali will pay if their brand is not on it.
You never know.
You never know, but if I was a Russian tycoon like his dad, who's mates with
Oh,
that guy,
nobody wants to say his name. It's like
No.
it's like fucking.
Yes.
What do you call it? What's his name? I'll get it. Carry on.
yeah. So like, I reckon they're going to be like, well, you're not supporting us, we're pulling out, and that might leave the door open for them to bring in another driver with another sponsor. And I'm
So hectic.
Yeah, I mean, it's cuck, but also Haas is an American team, and they're basically just taken over by Russia in a way. Now it's like an American team with the Russian flag on it. It was always kind of weird for me. But
Yeah.
you don't want to see it go like this. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a bunch of resorts. Like, I don't know why they a lot of places have flags out there. I saw a compilation of everybody just taking down the Russian flags.
yeah.
I mean, I think the Olympics would be like, cool, glad to see the back of you, because they've always been even now, the 15-year-old figure skater who got allowed to compete even after testing positive for a
And no one
substance.
cheered her.
No. Even the commentators went ham on her, dude.
Yeah, it's hectic.
They're like, they didn't even commentate her sequence.
Yeah.
Because they were like, no, we shouldn't be watching this.
Yeah.
So they've always had a bit of a sketchy history. Have you watched Icarus?
No.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to watch it. It's incredible. It's about the Olympics and doping.
Well, it's why Russia can't
Yeah.
perform in the Olympics,
Yeah.
and that they had to perform under their own selves.
But more interestingly is the way they managed
Yeah.
to pry those things open, and
It's
dude,
scary.
it's mad. And like filtered them through like a wall that had been like broken through. Like
It's insane.
the lengths that they went to cheat is just mind-boggling
Yeah.
to me. But yeah, enough about Mother Russia, because we don't dig them too much right now.
Yeah, I'd rather just stay out of that
Well,
conversation.
dig
It's not-
the political stance that they have.
You know,
right now.
just to continue that, you know this YouTuber guy called Andri Vasylenko, whatever his name is. I can't remember. Anyways, he's got a whole channel dedicated to Metallica.
Oh wow.
He's Ukrainian, and he's in Kiev, and he's now just putting up videos every day about like
Progress,
what it's
what's
like
happening,
there. Yeah, but he's staying in a shelter.
Insane.
And he goes up to the hotel room that they're staying in. I mean, he's got his son or his kid. I don't know if it's son and his wife, and him, and they're like in the city. They couldn't get out, and he goes, "Well, we're gonna just stay in the shelter." And he's like, just keep giving people updates and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll put his channel name here. Look
Well,
for it.
also,
also-
Jinjer.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say the basis put up
From Jinjer,
put up a commentary thing of him speaking about what's happening, because they're in Ukraine right now, or they are Ukrainian, but
Yeah.
they are there now.
Yeah.
And he was just sent out a video saying like what's happening and that they're safe, but things are hectic.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. It's wild. I don't support any of that shit.
No.
No one really does.
I just want fucking peace and harmony in this.
And the
Bitch.
petrol price to stay low.
Yeah. I mean, geez, that's not even a concern of mine.
Yeah,
just
no, I'm
getting
sorry,
the,
that
yeah,
was
no.
just
Just joke.
Just joking.
But anyway,
Lighter note, Formula One.
yeah. On a lighter note, Formula One. We saw the new Alfa Romeo livery.
And for me, that's the best looking car
It's
on the
very
grid.
nice, eh?
I haven't seen any of this, man.
Very nice. I've been following. I watched live all 3 days of testing, but not all day, but snippets.
Yeah.
And the porpoising was nuts, dude. See Charles Leclerc just going wink, 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 wink.
Yeah, that is a problem with the cars.
Yeah, big time. Because they're dealing with ground effect instead
Oh,
of.
hectic. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's wild. It's cool, but Lando Norris came in first, day 2, and then Mercedes cleaned up day 3 on the wet.
Yeah. They all reckon that Ferrari's got the better engine because they had the least issues and they put in the most laps. We'll have to see. But it's still early days, man. I mean, they are testing for various things, so they're not really outright gunning for lap times because it's not going to really count for much. Yeah. And I reckon when they saw that porpoising, they were like, we got some work to do still.
When is the first
I watched it really.
race?
I didn't know.
A couple of weeks, I think.
Couple of weeks. But March, how perfect is it? How they time the release of season 4.
Do you think that was planned, bro? Man, I'm joking. Of course it was planned.
I mean, geez, it doesn't take a marketing genius to figure that one out. Just to create hype over the next season. Yeah. Dude, I'm so excited for the Formula 1 season. I can't even tell you. Watching from scratch, noticing everyone's smallest moves. I can't wait to follow all of that.
It's going to be tentative the first couple of races. Yeah. And then halfway through, then they're going to start settling in, and then you're going to see the upfront guys.
Yeah, it's also, because it's interesting. We've got George Russell and Lewis Hamilton sitting on top at the end of testing. They've still got to go to Bahrain. No. Where do they go? To Bahrain for testing, right? Yeah. So they were in Barcelona. Now they got to go to Bahrain. And so far, Ferrari's looking like the most consistent outfit. They just look fast and good this year. And they're not coming up top. And then you've got Max Verstappen sitting at like 4th place, Sergey in 3rd, and Lando Norris cutting them.
Yeah, but also Max expressed the most positive of driving their car out of most of them. Ricardo was like, yeah, it's tricky, like the tires, like they're not comfortable, and Max is like, yeah, I know, the car's cool to drive, it's fine, I like it, and blah, blah, blah.
I love his attitude because he, at the end of the day, he goes, it's no different. There's a brake, accelerator, and a steering wheel. Yeah. And I love that about him. Yeah. So it's going to be a hell of an interesting year, especially given Abu Dhabi and Christian Horner and Toto seem to be sitting next to each other, having not much of an issue, having like kind of put the past behind them, waiting. Obviously, the competitors, they're going to go at it this year, but it hasn't started yet. So it's nice to see the calm before the storm, if you will.
Yeah, I don't think they even want to even look at that. Everyone's just, how are we going to make these cars work?
Yeah.
Especially given it's 22, no cars from last year, brand new builds, side pods for days.
Yeah, and the best looking car is the Alfa Romeo.
I really like the Aston Martin as well. And the Alpha Tauri as well is really
the nice Aston Martin, that yellow accent is what they put on the racing cars around the grille, on the touring cars and stuff. But even then, I don't like the yellow. I don't like that lime color. It's just, I don't know. I kind of preferred it with the pink because even though it clashed, it blended in with the green. But now it's like too strong and it just gives it too much of like a lemon and lemon leaf color.
Okay. What's the McLaren looking like?
I think it looks amazing.
McLaren looks like they designed it in sections and then put outlines around the colors.
Well, because they've introduced more of that baby blue color. They're stuck with the papaya, but they've got this huge like blue strip around the back, which I kind of like.
Tomorrow must have a look at all.
And also, it looks very slabby. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, like the way the colors put on is like slabs of color.
It's pastel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like pastel. It's
bam,
bam. And then, but what I also like what they've done with the wheel hub. Got to call them hubcaps because they literally are hubcaps.
Wheel covers.
Hubcaps.
Yeah,
we're gonna get the hubcaps
flying off.
I think that's one thing that we can expect is those big things just disking off and decapitating.
Just do what we do in South Africa and just cable tie them on, bro.
They did run with caps. Wheel covers before in the past. Kimi Räikkönen's winning car had wheel covers.
Okay.
So they did have them. So I don't think we're going to ever see.
Is the wheel covers thing a wind factor?
It's aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's crazy.
It wouldn't be on there if it wasn't.
Because they used to have spokes. Now they've got the spokes covered with.
Like they want to prevent as much turbulent air, so the flatter the wheel, the easier the air can go around the wheel, and better chance of directing it. Sure. So that's why it's there. But I don't like the McLaren so much. I'm not a huge fan of the Alfa because of the yellow, just throws me off, and the logo placements are kind of cuck. But the Ferrari is good, but also the logo placements could be better.
I love the Ferrari side pods for some reason. A lot of people hate them. I just like the fact it looks so low, aggressive.
Yeah, the overall color of it with the black and white looks like that 70s Ferrari, but it's cool. I like it. I don't like the pink on the Alpine.
I love it.
I don't.
It looks like the old Racing Point.
Yeah, that's the problem.
No, I love it.
I just don't like
BWT is pink.
Yeah, but pink is such a bold color that. But their pink is also not like hot pink or magenta. It's like pink.
Like pastel pink.
Just pink, yeah.
You have to like up the saturation for it to stand out.
Dig it.
When you see it in the car, it's like, nah.
Let's go, Fernando.
Mercedes?
And
Mercedes looks like Mercedes. It's
silver.
Mercedes will mostly just look like Mercedes.
No.
silver.
This last year they had the black ones.
Oh, yeah.
no,
But there was
they've gone back to
it
silver.
had the Black Lives Matter concept in mind.
I didn't know that's why it was.
Yeah.
They've gone back to silver.
And they've gone back because they're called the silver arrows.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I like the silver hair. I don't know.
It's a thing.
I know it's a thing.
What are other cars? What are the Haas? The Haas is just the lost
Haas
cause.
looks like last year.
Yeah. But
Haas.
who else is there? There's we spoke about Red Bull. Looks like a Red Bull, except it doesn't have the Red Bull logo on the side big anymore. Now it's just Oracle because it's a title sponsor.
AlphaTauri, I love the way that they use the lines.
AlphaTauri, they follow the pod with the name.
I love it.
So,
I think that's great.
But it's the same color scheme as that dark blue, gray
white.
with the white. But the Alfa Romeo just looks so nice the way they did it. They used the old script Alfa Romeo logo,
cool.
which is like that diagonal. It was on the old original cars. They put that on there, and then the clover leaf is like right by the air intake above the guy's head on the side. That's
just
my
design.
favorite. It just looks the way they designed it.
Yeah.
It's just like that's a great execution. The designers were given all that they could hope for to make a good looking car. All these other teams, they have to be like, shit, we have to put pink on you now. What are we going to do? And they want their logo to be fuck off huge.
Man, I disagree with you on the Alpine front.
And also the thing that I'm missing is...
I loved the pink Racing Point car. I loved it.
But the thing that's missing is, for the Alpine, is that in the previous year, they had the Alpine logo on the back with the French colors at diagonal. Yeah. That looked rad. That's gone now because the BWT is so fucking huge.
So huge.
So it's like, that cool thing is gone. And then they...
Now it's on the nose.
Now it's fucking everywhere.
I couldn't. I didn't dig the pure pink.
I loved it.
I
loved it. That was Checo's Red Bull defining
Is there
moment.
one I'm missing? We said McLaren, Aston Martin. We mentioned Red Bull. We mentioned Ferrari. Williams.
Williams.
The Williams is like all blue.
It's actually quite nice.
It's rad. It's got like that. What is that print on like the cardigans with the diamond print? It's got a name.
I know what you mean, but
like those old cardigans.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's got the diamond print on the back.
Isn't that Frank Williams dedicated
it must
stuff?
Be,
yeah.
But
because
it's
they were just white and blue.
But now it's like blue, and the pattern on the back has got like that diamond pattern.
Cool.
It looks like a cardigan.
Sick.
Oh, nice.
I actually really like the Williams
Oh man.
So like my favorites is 1 Alfa Romeo.
Also,
2 Williams, 3 Ferrari.
Outline of the W because that's diamond shaped.
Yeah, but my favorites is Alfa Romeo 1, Williams 2, Ferrari 3.
Nice.
Those are my favorites. Those for me are the better execution of branding and an overall.
But at the end of the day, the branding's not going to help you go.
It doesn't. But
it doesn't tell you what's inside.
You want a good.
It's not inside. It's what's on top. No.
True.
It's not inside. It's on top. That's a Cremora ad.
Yeah.
Correct.
Top of the coffee creamers.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's... I hope everybody's enjoyed us talking shit about pure sport for an episode. I could go for hours.
We
know this.
Put a hot dog in the chat if you got to this point.
Exactly. Please. Thank you. Please and thank you.
Hot dog emoji in the chat.
If you guys have enjoyed this episode, please hit us up in the comments. Another thing, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Yeah,
that's very important to us. We really need you guys to subscribe, like the video, comment. We're really enjoying everybody. Shout out to a couple of our listeners we mentioned. Also, I hope you guys liked the Brett the Nipman Hart episode with Charles Hart Pullen. That was fun. 2 in 1 week. You're privileged.
Yeah.
So, happy Friday to everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. If you're following the UFC, we look forward to chatting to you next week about the results. It's going to be a super, super exciting card. I can't wait.
It's exciting.
we need to figure out the logistics of how we're gonna record the review show. It might actually just have to be on Sunday sometime or something like that.
Probably will have to be,
because the earlier we release the review show, the better.
We could even do a filming of us watching it where not
Too much work.
Too much editing, dude.
Too
Too
I
much
mean,
much
just like
editing.
reaction video.
We've had many conversations.
Come on,
about
come
that.
on,
Yeah,
please, Art.
totally.
Art, come
Alarm
on.
bells, bro. But so carry on. What
No,
you
that's
saying?
well, apparently alarm bells. I don't.
No.
want
It is a lot of work in terms of editing and shit like that.
Yeah, I was just saying like a snippets of us actually reacting to like the main.
Yeah,
fight.
we can include little clips and stuff like that. But
I'm not saying watch us watching it.
we're
the whole
gonna
time.
watch and then we're gonna sit
No.
and we're gonna talk about it.
I'll think about it. Reactions to like key moments could be quite
Yeah,
cool.
What we can do is just put a camera on that can go like
And just
one of the
film for the-
camcorders
for
that
the-
can go
for
for
the
2
match.
hours.
Yeah.
And then we can.
We
yeah.
just
That's all I
record
meant.
per match.
was
That's
that
all
your
I
idea?
meant. Yeah.
Okay,
I love
cool.
it.
I'll
I
make
love it.
I'll
There we
make-
go.
I'll make it happen.
Perfect. High five. Bluetooth. Thank you so much for joining the show. Don't forget to subscribe. We're also on all the audio streaming platforms, Spotify and all that shit, Stitcher, all the rest. Look forward to many more sports-based podcasts. But at the end of the day, for myself, Gareth, don't call me Papa G.
Papa G.
On Instagram. Arto Carlos Diego Pejero III on Instagram. Jared's World on Instagram. I'm not going to say Instagram again. Oh, shit, I just did. This is Papa G's House, episode 115.
Yo.
We're out.
I don't wanna go anywhere else. I wanna go to Papa Jesus. Yeah, that's where we're going.
I fucking hate Instagram.